I'm Robyn with mypinkstamper.com, and I'm excited to share today's project with you. I am going to be showcasing the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set. And although fall is going to be ending soon, I want to share a project that you can make with this stamp set all year round. I wanted to show you the versatility of just the different seasonal stamp sets. And we're going to be making this pink squirrel card. It's absolutely adorable. You can purchase all of the product that you see in today's video directly from my shopping page, shopmypinkstamper.com, or you can use what you have in your craft space and you can create this with me. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the product that you'll need to complete today's project. You're going to need the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set, the bark embossing folder, scallop contours dies, and then you'll need this cardstock, and I'll go ahead and share the sizes and the item codes as I'm using it. We're also just using 2 ink pads. We're actually using 3 ink pads. I don't know where my third one went. We're using Melon Mambo, Crumb Cake, and Early Espresso. Okay, so let's go ahead and start stamping. We'll go ahead and start with our embossing and die cutting first, since we're going to be stamping on the piece that we are die cutting. Okay, let me put my stamps here. I have them all ready. Move them out of the way. Let's grab, I'm using our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So just grab whatever you're using for your die cutting. And then I have a piece of basic white. This is just a scrap piece. And then here is the Scallop Contours dies. I'm just going to run this through. All right. And this is what it looks like. So fun. Now I'm going to grab a piece of our soft suede cardstock. This is cut 3 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to be using an embossing folder, so I'll just switch out the plate formula. All of these plates come with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. If you don't have a cutting machine yet and you're thinking of purchasing one, this one comes with everything you need, including the specialty plate that we're using for this folder. So I'm using the bark, and I want the bark to go like this. So I'm instead of situating my cardstock like this, I'm going to put it like this. Okay, put this in here, and I'll just run this through. And what this does is, this is an embossing folder, so it'll add texture to the cardstock. And it's so cool. I remember when I was first introduced to embossing, and I was so excited because it's really fun. I'll show you right here. Look at how fun that is. And it does look like a bark on a tree, doesn't it? So let's go ahead, and now we're going to be stamping, which is the best part of any project, right? Let me grab my basic white that we just cut out, and I'm going to grab one of our little mini small grid pads of paper, and I'm going to take my Early Espresso, and I'm going to stamp the outline with of the squirrel that's holding the nut. So I'll just ink this up, and this is going to be off to the right, just like that. And now while I have this ink pad open, I'll go ahead and grab my sentiment, which says, "Nuts About You." And I am going to use, I wanted to show you how this card, you can use it all year long, but I'm going to be making little Thanksgiving place settings and goodie bags, and this is the sentiment I'm using, "Nuts About You." So I thought it was so perfect. All right, now we are going to grab Melon Mambo because I wanted a pink squirrel. Who doesn't? Maybe you don't, but I thought it was so adorable. Okay, so I'm going to ink up the center part, and then I'll just carefully look over this. I kind of look at the tail and the ears and the feet. And it lined up just perfect enough. Paper crafting does not require perfection, so that's what I love about it. It don't have to be perfect. All right, now I'm going to grab the crumb cake, and I am going to take the little nut, and you can kind of see there's a little place where the hand is. Oops, sorry. Where the hand is right here. So kind of line that up where the hand goes. I'm going to stamp it in the crumb cake, and then I'll stamp it off on the paper so I get a lighter version of the little nut right here, okay? And now I'm going to stamp the top of the nut, and I'm not going to stamp it off first. I'll just stamp it directly on there so you get a little bit of the two-toned. And now we can put this card together. So it's really basic. You could make sets of cards for your friends, or if you have friends that you want to let them know you're nuts about them. Everybody would like to get this cute card in the mail. It's adorable. So I'm going to take this piece of MELON MAMBO cardstock. It's cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I'll just turn it over. And I'm using our Stampin' seal. This is the plus. We have the regular and the plus, and I just grabbed the one that's a little bit stronger. And I'm adding it to a piece of our early espresso cardstock. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'll just try to eyeball this so it's on there pretty evenly. And now I'm going to take this piece of thick basic white, and this is cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches. And I've already scored this at 4 1/4 with my paper trimmer, and that way it kind of gives me a head start. So I can have a really nice and tight crease, just like that. Okay, make sure it's not upside down when I put this card together. Now I'm going to add, I don't need that much adhesive, I'm going to add this piece on here. Oops. And it's very strong, the seal. I might switch out to the seal plus is pretty strong. I'm going to grab the seal because I am using this bark embossing folder now. And it's very detailed. So I will add my adhesive on all 4 sides, just like that. And a little in the middle. And I'm going to put this right here on my cardstock to center it right in the middle. Give you guys a better view here. And now I'm going to take this piece, and I want to add this on here, but I want it raised up a little bit. So I will grab some foam adhesive strips. These are like our dimensionals, but they're in long strips. So you can use them for larger pieces, but you can also use these for window cards or shaker cards, all sorts of fun things. But I like using them when I want a bigger item raised up. Okay, so I'll turn this over. And now we have our simple little Nuts About You. And if you wanted to jazz this up, you could add some embellishments. You could add a little wink of Stella to give it a little bit of a shimmer. And there is our project for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment below. I love to hear from you. It really makes my day. And if you're not a subscriber yet, don't forget to click the subscribe button with a little notification bell. And you can find me, more of my videos and my tutorials, weekly giveaways directly on my website, mypinkstamper.com. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.